What's up everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be going over the Lews Speed Spool LFS. We're going to be answering the question whether or not it is actually the best reel that you can get for under $100. I had the chance to test it this past weekend in Baffin Bay. I had some good experiences and some bad experiences with it, so I'm going to kind of let you guys know. We're going to dive into the specifications a little bit and also compare it to some more expensive reels to see how it holds up against those. But make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to give you all my thoughts on it and what kind of really is it worth the price tag. But if you're new here, my name is Kay. This is Tides Fishing. We do all kind of saltwater fishing videos, tips, tricks, and challenges. So if you're into that, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. It's actually 1 year since we started the channel, and we are pushing up on 1,000 subscribers. So I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel from day one. Also, YouTube has this little thing that lets you know who the people who are watching your videos, and 90% of the people who watch these videos on this channel are not subscribed. So if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Like I said, we're pushing up on 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you hit a notification bell too, because we might be coming up with a little something special when that happens, so you don't want to miss that. But with everything said, let's go ahead and get into this reel. So for the specs, this reel is actually a 7:5:1 gear ratio, so it does have a little bit faster of a retrieve. It comes in at 7.1 ounces, a little bit on the heavy side, and also has 15 pounds of drag. The main housing here is kind of a hard plastic with a plastic button. It does have a large spool on it that can hold up to 120 yards of 12-pound line, which is more than a lot of reels. And so for a baitcaster, that's not too bad. Like I said, the drag only goes up to 15 pounds, but just kind of $99, you get what you pay for. And then the typical Lews layout, it has the main drag system here on the side, fine adjustments here with your, also then your drag setting here with your handle and the rubberized grips. So that's kind of the main specs of it. You can kind of compare those to other reels if you would like, but I'm going to go ahead and do that for you right here, right now. So comparing this to other reels, how does it feel? How does it operate? How does it cast? How does it feel smooth or not? So on first impressions, this reel actually is a little bit bigger ergonomically compared to the 13 Fishing what I've used, and also big than the latest Corrado by Shimano. But with that said, it does fit into the hand very well. I found with the Concepts, they do sometimes seem small, and so sometimes I have a hard time kind of gripping those. But this one I found to feel really good in the hand, despite it is a little bit heavier than those other reels. It wasn't something that I really noticed when I was fishing with it. Getting into casting distance, this reel is not going to be the one that you can launch something super far. Yes, you can crank the brakes down, but the braking system is just not as good as some of those reels that are in the higher price range, and that's just how it's going to be. So you might not outcast everyone on the boat with this reel, but like I said, you kind of get what you pay for. And for me, it really wasn't something that I knocked too hard, just because another 10 feet for me is really not that big a deal. So the casting distance isn't the farthest, which can be expected, but it's still, you have very good range with this reel, especially coming out of the box new. In terms of being smooth, I haven't even noticed a difference. This reel seemed extremely smooth out of the box. After I think 5 wade trips, it is still feeling just like it did when it came out of the box. So I'm hoping it keeps that up, and I haven't really been able to notice a difference with any other reels that I've ever fished with. So in terms of the smoothness, it's very good. The casting will be a little bit less. Ergonomically, it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit heavier, but like I said, I didn't really notice too much of a difference. I actually enjoyed it being a little bit bigger. The braking system is a little easier to use compared to 13 Fishing with the pop-off door, and the Shimano's with the pop-off door. The Lews braking system is much easier to use, so that's definitely a plus for it. But let's go ahead and get into the juicy stuff, my experiences with it this past weekend. So the good news first, and then I'm going to give everyone the bad news. Starting off, what I liked about the reel of reusing this weekend really hard was the size of it. Like I said, it fit well in the hand, it felt good casting all day. And something that surprised me, which I didn't think that I would like, is the rubber grip handles. Coming from the Concepts, they have the cork handles on them, which I really enjoyed using. So I was quite skeptical moving to something different. But the rubberized grip handles on here, your hands don't slip off. They're good size, and they don't get in the way. And I was actually really surprised at how much I enjoyed using those. So that was definitely something about this reel that I enjoyed. And then, like I said, finally, the other thing was the ease of adjusting the brakes versus on these other reels that you have to take the door off, especially in salt water. If your hands are salty, just opening the door in salt water with salt water in your hands or anything can get salt inside the reel and cause unnecessary corrosion. And with the Lews, you don't have that problem. You can simply crank it. If you're throwing it with the wind, you can crank it down. If you have to turn around and throw into the wind real quick for some reason, you can crank that braking system up and make that cast. And that's something that I really enjoy, is the versatility of this, which is coming from that braking system, and something that I wasn't used to that I really enjoyed. But let's go ahead and get into the negatives. Like I said, it is a little bit heavier, and I did notice it, although it wasn't a very big factor. But the biggest knockdown on this reel that I found from this weekend is the casting distance. When set to similar to my other reels, how I set them 13 fishing, the Concept A and the Concept TX, this reel will not outcast them. Now, I did throw it with something heavy, such as a popping cork, and like I said, if you did put something heavy on and you throw it a long ways, it's going to be fine. But when throwing a lighter lures and spoons, it did not cast as far as some of the more high-dollar reels, but that's going to be expected, like I said, guys. But for the price tag, I still think it's great. That's really the only two negatives that I had, is the casting distance, and like I said, it is a little bit heavier. Everything else about this reel I actually really enjoyed, and so it kind of surprised me, and I'm hoping that it holds up for a long time, and if it does, it's likely going to be my new go-to reel. So concluding, out of all the reels that I've used for under $100, I definitely think that this is the best one that I've ever used under 100 bucks. So if you're looking for a reel that's not going to break the bank, I would definitely recommend picking up the Lews Speed Spool LFS and just giving it a try. Check the description. I'm going to leave a link to this to Amazon. That's where I got mine from. But if you enjoyed the video, everyone, make sure you hit the like button, and also drop a comment if you've used this reel before and have any experiences with it. I'm sure everyone would love to hear your experience with it, and it could probably help some people out in making their decisions. But like I said, like the video. If you found it helpful, follow us on Instagram. We got some cool stuff planned, so don't forget to hit the notification bell too. All that good stuff. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.